What's up, guys? Roddy here, and well, we're going to talk about what everyone considers to be the phone of the year. This is my review of the Galaxy S22 Ultra late in 2022. Let's go. So first things first, the only reason I got this is because everyone started making their end of the year predictions about the best phone of the year, the phone of the year, the phone that shows everyone what 2022 is all about, right? And I started seeing a lot of early predictions after the iPhone 14, 14 Pro, Pro Max, plus the whole iPhone 14 event. After that happened, everyone started screaming about on YouTube that the S22 Ultra was the phone of the year. Only reason I picked it up was just to see what the hype was all about. I'd had an S22, I'd had a Fold 3, I'd had a Flip 4, I'd had a Pixel 6 Pro, and I just thought that was kind of premature because, well, the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro weren't out yet. And people were already saying that it wasn't going to top the S22 Ultra. So I wanted to see for myself, was the hype real? What was it all about? And so we're going to talk about it. So first things first, we got to talk about design, because that's the first thing that you notice when you pick this phone up. Yes, absolutely, the rumors are true. It does feel a lot like a Note device. And I mean, it pretty much is. It's taken the place of the Note, which is fine for me. I know people who are nostalgic to the Note lineup, and I'm a former Note owner, will probably miss that name, but I think Ultra is a better name for the device. Let's talk about the things that I like and the things that I don't like. So the first thing is, thank you so much, Samsung, for giving us this frosted matte glass back. I think all phones should have that. Pixel. And I also love these flat top and bottom on this. It's just really cool. I'm not a fan of curved screens, but this one is very shallow. I mean, the screen barely curves on it. You can't really tell until you hold it and you look at it, but even though these sides are real rounded, most of it is metal. The screen barely pours over the edge, and I can really appreciate that. It's nice for not to have accidental touches, or when you're actually trying to touch the side of the screen, something that maybe is all the way in a corner or something, just makes it super duper easy. It also makes it a little bit easier to hold in the hand with the flat bottoms, the sharper edges. Just if you're a person that supports your phone with your pinky, and typically larger phones you're doing that and you're trying to one-hand them, this is a very comfortable position to hold your phone. And I would say that the phone is pretty well balanced. If your finger's up here, your pinky's down here, and you're holding this like that, I mean, it's pretty well balanced, so that fatigue, even though it's a larger phone, doesn't seem to set in as much as other devices. This also is a lot lighter than some phones that are even smaller. So kudos to Samsung for continuously pushing the envelope with giving us a very well balanced, well-rounded build quality. This phone feels very solid. And overall, I really do like the design that Samsung's got going here. Maybe some critiques about it is a little round on the sides. I mean, it's not like kind of flat like some of their other phones are. It's very round, and that's kind of a love-hate. It's really a preference thing for me. I don't mind it when I'm holding it like this, but when I put a case on it, it really kind of changes things. So this is just a case, just a random case on Amazon that I found that had a MagSafe adapter built into it. And when I put this case on here, I love the phone even more. It kind of helps with those rounded edges. It gives me a flat edge, which is a lot easier to hold. It also kind of sinks in those cameras so it doesn't rock anymore. It's completely flat on the back, which I really appreciate. And that's really my only gripe and complaint about the design of the phone, is I wasn't a fan, and still to this day I'm not a fan of just those floating cameras off in that corner. Once you move on from design, the next thing that you have to really talk about with this phone is the screen. Again, I still think that to this day, right now, Samsung has the best screens on the market, period. The brightness is fantastic. It's super responsive. the fluidity of it, whether it's down in standard 60 hertz or it's up in adaptive and doing up to 120 hertz. The ability for it to go you know, all the way to 120 hertz, all the way down to like 1 hertz. It is what it is. It does help that battery, but just texting, scrolling through social media, even taking pictures and things, it's just really, really nice to have the biggest display on a solid slab candy bar style phone on the market, period. So again, another win for Samsung, not only in design department, but this screen is probably one of the best things about this device that will just win you over, because it's the thing you're interacting with the most. So let's jump in a little bit and talk about these massive cameras on the back. I really appreciate Samsung just giving you bigger camera lenses, but I have to say that I was a little underwhelmed by the camera quality that I was getting out of here. I feel like with this device, I don't know, for some strange reason, I haven't had this happen with other Samsung devices, but it was like over sharpening and over brightening everything that I took pictures of. The processing seemed to kind of work some of that out, but just in the viewfinder, I was not seeing what I was getting post picture taking. So it's like when you're looking at it, it was kind of like, it looks okay, I guess, and then I take the picture and be like, wow, that's pretty good. So Samsung continues to wow us with their processing, but you kind of have to trust it because you're not getting what you're seeing in the viewfinder as it appears on the screen. Don't know if that's to do with the screen itself or if it has to do with the camera software or exactly what it is, but it was kind of hard to get used to that, and I've seen that in a few other more recent Samsung devices as well. So cameras are top notch here. I still think that, like I've said in other reviews of Samsung devices, they could kind of take a step back and just refine their camera software, in-app, the whole 9 yards could just be a little bit cleaner and a little bit better. Overall, I was fairly pleased with the camera quality on here. It was a little bit harder to use. So let's kind of wrap everything up. Overall, I truly think that this definitely could be the phone of the year. I've really enjoyed using it. I kind of continue to enjoy it more and more every day. And it's one of those phones where it's just like, you can't deny that it is very good. I think that a lot of the stuff we're seeing in the S22 Ultra and then some of Samsung's other foldable devices, like a better processor chip and just a bunch of different things that they're offering, I think is going to roll over into the S23, and that makes this phone not only a great phone to buy late in 2022, but it also means it's a great phone for the future as it catches updates. So I 100% recommend this. I don't think you can go wrong. I don't think that there's anything other than maybe just your own preference that you may not like about this device, but overall it's been fantastic for me. I've had little to no glitches, a few little things where some apps didn't want to load correctly, but that could just be the app. But overall, the OS was very smooth. I didn't have any issues with fingerprints or face unlock. I haven't had any issues with Samsung Health or being able to connect to a watch or anything like that. It's been absolutely flawless in the month that I've owned it, and I would 100% recommend this. If you can pick one of these up for a really good deal, and Samsung always has great trade-ins, I would say 100% it's the best big phone that you can get out there, and I think you should get it. That's all from me this time, guys, and I hope to see you next time.